Hi, everyone. First off, thank you very much for this opportunity to speak with you all today. I hope this finds you all well and safe during this complicated time. My name is Ben Kneppers. I'm one of the co-founders of a company called Bureo. We are a benefits corporation focused on creating net positive solutions to the global problem of discarded fishing gear. We have been operating for over 7 years across Chile, Argentina, Peru, and California, where we work together with fisheries to provide a positive solution for their end-of-life fishing gear. Today I'm just going to give you a brief summary of how we got started as three friends connected on this issue and where we are at today, which has been coming a pretty far way. Really what this started off back in 2012 was connecting with two good friends of mine, David Stover and Kevin Ahern. We all had undergraduates in mechanical engineering. We were 5+ years into each of our careers, David in finance, Kevin in engineering design, and myself in sustainability consulting. Connecting on this, our passion for the ocean environment, and thinking maybe there could be an opportunity for us to harness this passion and combine it with our skill sets in finance, engineering design, and sustainability, and do something to improve it. And the problem that we kept witnessing firsthand that was plaguing this environment we love so much was this problem of plastic pollution. The numbers are quite staggering. Globally, we're looking at over 8 million tons a year of plastic pollutions entering our ocean. That's, if you can imagine visualizing this, it's one truckload that's just backing into the ocean and dumping plastic in every minute of every day. So it is a really, really staggering number to look at. And what we thought of early on was, what if we could flip this on its head and instead of looking at it as such a huge problem, look at it as an opportunity. And that's where we started to look deeper into the issue, make sense of it, see what could be done about it, and that's when we started to identify some low-hanging fruit. It's something that we really recognize as the real tangible things that could actually get us started in doing something good about this problem. And the three things that we found that really could be done were, one, education. So this is really, a lot of people don't understand this issue and how serious it is. Plastic pollution replaced a lot of previously reusable or biodegradable resources that were used, especially in the case of coastal communities, and they didn't get to explain to them as well, as although plastics can be helpful because they are lightweight, durable, cheap. If you discard them in the marine environment, they can last hundreds of years. And so there's a huge consequence people don't really recognize. The second issue is infrastructure. On one hand, you've got over 80% of the plastic in the ocean is coming from land-based sources. And so quite simply, not having a place to put this plastic when it meets its end of life properly is a big reason why much of it ends up in the ocean environment. Another bigger point here is what we're talking about today, which is circular economy. So many products made from plastic do not have end-of-life solutions designed into them. And that's really what circular economy is all about, and that's what we need to get to if we really want to overcome this issue. There's lots of benefits in using plastic instead of other materials as an alternative because they're, again, lightweight, durable, they can last a long time. But if you're taking something like a plastic water bottle, using it for a matter of minutes, albeit hours at best, and then discarding it, that bottle that you've just occupied for a few hours of time is now going to last over 200 years, quite possibly, in the marine environment. And so the trade-off is just not there. People don't understand it, and we need to start designing solutions for it. And then the third one is a deeper one, which is behavior change. When people connect something with value, they take care. You're not going to throw a dollar bill on the ground. You're not going to throw $100 on the ground. It doesn't make any sense. So if we can start to connect the materials that we perceive as waste to value, there's going to be no interest in them trying to discard it. So on those points, we looked into this problem of plastic pollution, understood the three of us couldn't take it on at all, and instead said, let's do something tangible. And that's where we came into working on discarded fishing nets. Discarded fishing nets are recognized as the most harmful form of plastic pollution for entanglement and entrapment of marine life. It's actually 4 times more harmful than all their forms of plastic pollution combined. If you can imagine a nylon fishing net, if it gets left out at sea, it can last over 600 years in the marine environment before it gets a chance to break down. So by dealing with this, we found it to be a great opportunity as something tangible and something really vulnerable from ending up in the ocean and doing some real damage. So in 2013, with support from the Chilean government, we launched what's now known as Net Positiva, which is Chile's first ever discarded fishing net collection and recycling program, where we came up with the crazy idea to actually make the first ever plastic cruiser skateboard from recycled fishing nets. And you might ask, why did we land on a skateboard? Well, there's actually a lot of benefits in landing on a skateboard. One, it's a positive product. So the education opportunity was there. We could now show a really positive, attention-drawing solution to this material by showing this being made into a great product that especially the future generation can enjoy and be inspired by. 2, it's a great example of upcycling. So there's really 3 types of recycling. You've got downcycling, where you take a plastic and now, let's say a water bottle that was worth $1 a bottle is now downcycled into a brick that's now worth less than $1 a bottle, say 20 cents a bottle. If you do recycling, it's taking a bottle and making it into a bottle, but upcycling is where you're taking that bottle, now making it into something made a much higher value. In the case of a skateboard deck, we can now take 1 kilo of end-of-life fishing nets and transform it into a skateboard deck that can now be sold for over $100. And so that was a real opportunity to show upcycling. And with that, we went after this crazy idea. We launched the program. We got our first source of fishing nets through our partnership, where we work directly with the fishermen right when the nets meet their end of life, before it enters the ocean environment. We take action, do something about it, and transform into a raw material source that we can then make into these skateboards. And it got us off the ground. We started working as a small business between Chile and California. California being where we sold the boards, Chile being where we worked with the fishermen. And we slowly started to get some momentum. What happened, though, that was interesting is, as much as we were working slowly as a small business, getting a few tons of fishing nets a year to make and sell these skateboards, we were starting to realize that the traction was actually more at that point with the fishing communities. When people found out in Chile that we had this really positive solution for the nets, they started to really take pride in it. And when they got to see the boards and actually see that this was their material that was once a pollution, a burden for them, is now into these positive skateboards, it really started to click for them as an opportunity to do a lot more. And quickly what we ran into was a problem, a good kind of problem, I suppose, was that we were getting access to far more fishing nets that we needed just to make our plastic cruiser skateboards. And so quickly we realized that this needed to be about much more than a skateboard company and be much more about a collection and recycling program. And so that's where we're at today. So what we've gone to grow and develop into is, instead of focusing on making and distributing our own products, is we've aligned with companies that already share the mission, the values that we have as our business that's trying to do better for the environment and communities, is identify with the businesses that already having those values, but having the product lines, having the distribution, having the sales channels ready that can now replace their virgin plastics for our recycled fishnet material. And that's where we're at today, is we have partnerships with over 7 companies. These range from doing sunglasses, skateboard decks, surfboard fins, office chairs, mountain bike accessories, and even board games. And with our biggest partnership to date being with the outdoor apparel brand Patagonia. What this is leading us to do is now, instead of having to collect the nets, recycle the nets, develop the product, make the product, sell the product, market the product, distribute the product, we can now just focus on the first part, which we're getting really good at, which is knowing how to get the community set up to correctly collect these nets, knowing how to set up the supply chain to sort, clean, pack these nets, knowing how to effectively recycle these nets into a raw material that is now comparable to what people would use for virgin plastic. And instead of virgin plastic, we have a fully traceable 100% recycled fishing net that's 100% post-consumer material. And so with that story, with that connection, we're getting great traction for our material. And what we're hoping now is provide the solution to as many fisheries globally as we can provide. We started in Chile, we've expanded to Argentina and Peru already, and we still have plenty of work in Latin America, but we know that this is a global problem. So we're really hopeful to take this soon is internationally. We want to get to across all of the Americas, not just South America, but also Central and Northern America, but then look to our partners in Asia, look to our partners in Europe and Africa, and see how not only making this business for us, but business for the local communities. And so that this can be something where we can give them, just like we talked about in the beginning of this, the infrastructure, the education, the training, and now the behavior change by seeing that there's value in this material. That's what we're working on now. That's our bigger vision. And all of that being done in a circular economy model. So although we are already upcycling the material into these higher value products from this end-of-life fishing gear, all of our products are designed to have an end-of-life solution from the start. So if any of the products, the skateboards, the sunglasses, the surf fins, the hat brims, come and meet their end of life, we can take them back and recycle them again. And that's really what circular economy is all about. That's what we strongly believe in as an organization in this space. We're not going to solve this on our own. We all need to be together, and there's absolutely no reason. I know there is reasons financially and logistically and even technically that you have to have a certain plastic doing certain things in products, but enough is enough. We need to have a circular economy if we truly want to overcome this issue. We need to have everything now no longer becoming a waste. Everything is an opportunity. It's a financial stream. It's an opportunity for all of us to clean up the earth and have a really sound and efficient supply chain for the plastics that we have no choice but to use. And for the rest, let's keep working on it. Let's keep going, and that's what this is all about. So thank you very much for this opportunity. I'll keep it open for questions. Hope to hear from you all, and thanks again for the opportunity. Thank you.